Welcome back to Ni no Kuni 2. So, before we get out of Evermore to do some more traveling, let's check what new research has completed.
Oh yes, we eventually have to handle that Great Divide.
Orb smashing avoidance. Fortunately, it's not that Great Divide.
I had to wonder, actually. I wonder how they're going to handle the Great Divide in the remake.
Yes! We haven't talked about that yet.
If it were me, I would just cut that episode entirely.
Bets on them doing that.
We're gonna do like what we did in the Ember Island player. We're just gonna skip
Anyway,
over it.
Go ahead, too.
Sure. Okay.
I think this was you, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
I know no spring chicken, but I see no reason why my best work can still be ahead of me. I'll do anything to help you realize your vision, King Ever.
Thanks, Kilch, thank you. Fitch, actually, sorry.
Fitch.
Sorry, I mistook with another one. Go ahead, Shiro.
Oh, I have to BRB.
Okay.
You need me to read? Do you need me to read that? Okay. It's always lovely to receive.
No, sorry, you cut out for me. Sorry.
Go ahead.
It's always lovely to receive praise, so feel free to tell me what a good job I'm doing.
All right, I'll take over for long main. I can feel it. I am growing in strength by the day. Soon I will rival Yaht as this kingdom's finest warrior. For those who don't know, Yaht is Goldpaw's general. We'll meet him eventually in a more substantial side quest. So, anyway, who's up? Oh, Gaujia is also up for leveling up. Go ahead.
All right. Yes. The harder one strives, the tastier each almond nonetheless becomes. Doubtless tonight's dinner will be the most delicious yet, because I can only think about food.
Well, Teo, it's a dog, so I guess it makes sense.
I feel attacked.
GP. Well, Shiro, remember, like you were saying, while doing our preference draft playthrough, Shiro, you said that after all those food jokes with Fang, it was always hungry, you said that you were doing some introspection because you were wondering if this is how you come across to people.
Yeah.
Bygone. I may be long in the tooth, but age brings with it the benefit of wisdom. Even in my dotage, there is much I can yet offer this kingdom. Good job, Bygone. Get it? Bygone.
What a story.
Okay, Achu. Someone saw Mulan. This was Jova, but I guess I'll do it. When I do something, I always give it my all. I do not believe in half measures. We have achieved much, but much remains to be done. Goodio. So yeah, everybody's suddenly turning into masters of their craft all of a sudden. Yukon.
Well, yeah.
I think this is Shiroi. Go ahead.
I think, but yeah. Excuse me, Your Majesty. Oh, you are praising my efforts on behalf of Evermore? You are too kind. Too kind.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
Remember, she has the green finger skill, which means she's great for the market. So, cool. Alright, who else?
I think we're done.
Yeah, nobody else is up for leveling up. So, let's get our money from the coffers. There we go.
Yeah, here's our money.
Okay, anything else? Let's see what research we can do. Fish. Oh, we can. There we go. Now that we have someone who's a master of that particular skill, we can actually get this particular research done. Coolio. All right. I think we're done with kingdom management for now. Yeah, we are. All right. To Goldpaw. But first, let me. First, I just wanted to check if I was healed up. So. All right, let's go to Goldpaw for one more side quest. You back with us, Libs?
Guess not.
I guess not. Shame, because he's about to, and one of a new character of his is about to come in. I guess I'll voice him in instead.
There we go. Hello. Is that a mask?
You there, young man. If you are looking for a special souvenir of your visit to Goldpaw, I have just the thing. Bow Wow. His name is Bow Wow. Ha 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 ha. It is almost impossible to put a value on something so precious, but I would be happy to sell it to you for a mere 10,000 guilders.
Jesus.
I'm also not sure if that's a mask or if they're a pug dog or something.
Yeah, no, that's a mask.
You hand,
yeah.
you hand over 10,000 guilders, and you obtain a pod of snake-eyed peas.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you very much. You are now the
Somehow
proud
it's
owner of a
just
set of what we call
eyes.
snake-eyed peas. These are a very special breed of yacht pea. No matter how many times you roll them, you will always get a 1.
I'm sorry, did the other mother create this dog or something? Why are his eyes buttons?
It's a mask,
Hey,
Jova.
the mask, Jova.
Yes, lucky number 1.
Oh,
this is the
it
most auspicious
is.
number of all here in Goldpaw. Do you back off
Somehow
this
I
bitch?
think we have been scammed.
Very good, too. Thank you for your custom, young man. Alright, Shira, go ahead.
Are you completely bonkers, Evan? I don't care how much luck those things bring us. 10,000 guilders is a giant ripoff.
Not to mention the kind of land this is and what it used to be. Some
True.
people may have not shaken the habit of scamming.
Let's have a look at these magic beans of yours then, kiddo.
Frozen to the ground in a giant
Yeah.
beanstalk grows.
Covered in little notches.
Yeah, you've been sold a pup, you... ha ha ha. He's just gone and cut all the other dots off, ain't he? That's why they only overroll once. So yeah. So yeah, we just got scammed, like Teo said.
Well-
Yes.
Go ahead.
See? I told you it was a ripoff. Let's go after that swindler and make him give us our money back.
Are we gonna do this the easy way or the JRPG hard way?
Well, Joe, but
We're
this
gonna
is
kick
an...
his ass, of course.
Joe, but this is an Akihiro Hino
Get some
game, so
experience doing it.
Joe, but this is an
know.
Akihiro Hino game, so obviously there's going to be some tragic backstory involving all of
Of
this.
course.
Screw that! I'm gonna give him my love, and by that I mean level of violence.
We're gonna bring the love.
Oh yeah, so much that he's gonna drown in it. You hear me? Drown in it. Note to self.
Also, Teo, as for
Stop
the,
Squidward.
also Teo, as for your whole Tino, can we have something without a tragic backstory? Teo, you're a Kotaro fan. You should be used to this. Anyway,
True, but
go ahead.
Oi, give us our money back.
I love
Oh,
that.
you got
I love that. I love the way the actress delivers that. How did you find me?
None of you mind. You sold us some dodgy yappies. And you're going to give us our money back. Or things are going to get messy. Do you understand me?
You don't want to
Don't
mess,
mess with a pirate.
Yeah, you don't mess with Tani. She will beat the crap out of you. She has to.
Sky Pirates taught her well. You know, now that I think about it,
Okay. I will give you a refund.
Hi
Well, that
guys.
was easy.
Oh, there you go,
Speak-
Jill. This is Bow Wow. Keep going, Duz. I was gonna give him to you, so go ahead. Basically,
Bow Wow.
he scammed us, but we got to him and we made him return our money. So there you go.
Alright.
Go ahead.
so tell us, what drives a person to do something so devious? I mean, I've gone up against people
Hold on,
who
this is
top of
important.
entire kingdoms, but
I
you,
need
A kid
you
voice.
really
Duz,
screwed
a
up.
kid voice.
Hi, I needed the money. My father died in a mining accident. See? Without him to support me, I've been forced to do what I can to support myself.
I need
Right.
to support me.
I'm very sorry to hear of your troubles, but you really shouldn't resort to that kind of trickery, you know?
Yeah, that
Oh,
doesn't
my
excuse
God.
it.
Trickery right now.
That doesn't excuse
It sounds
it.
like
Yeah.
it sounds like the beginning of the Jurassic Park theme.
But I am not tricking anyone. I am allowing tourists to dream of fortune and joy. Is that not enough? Is that not worth the money you
Well-
paid? My snake-eyed peas all I want to dream. There is nothing more valuable.
Well, Duz, remember, just like John.
Fools.
Well, remember, Duz, just like John, Joe was trained as a classical musician, so it makes sense that they would
We're
have
getting
common
so example.
ideas when it comes to music. But anyway, yeah, go ahead, Shiri.
You got caught selling fakes. But you give us our money back fair and square. We'll just call it quits, shall we?
Yeah, I guess that's fine. We're the good guys, so we'll not beat the crap out of you. Basically, Tani was thinking of possibly beating the crap out of him, but we're the good guys, so yeah.
But they're not fake, merely doctored.
That's
And
right.
true snake-eyed peas really do exist. My father said so. They can be found in a place can leave.
Sure. Next you'll be telling me your father works at this ancient company called Nintendo and has all the secrets.
Time before you can even find the place, let alone the treasures contained. Here's a starry-eyed fool, forever seeking an easy fortune, and I fear I am the same.
Like
No,
father,
you
like
think?
son.
But fortune only comes to those who believe in it, so I need feel no shame for making a fame by giving people this belief.
Sure.
Ha, you keep telling yourself that.
I like you.
Well, remember,
I like
Joe.
her
But,
too.
But Tani is supposed to be that kind of character, specifically the no-nonsense type of character.
Again, a sky-powered upbringing teaches you all the ins and outs.
Are you kidding? After what he's done to us, you want to...
I am your king, and you will bow before my wishes.
As we've probably learned by this point, Evan believes in giving people a second chance, and he believes he can reform him. It's basically Joe. But think of it like this: Evan is Hino, and Bow Wow is Keiji Inafune. Evan thinks he can reform him. Evan thinks there's still good in him.
You know, this kind of does play into that.
Yeah, the one the 5 port concept.
So there you go. See, this is actually a retelling of the story of the creation of Level 5 concept.
To be fair, also, this kind of crime was relatively minor. Like, it is not like he murdered someone.
I agree with it as well. Again, Evan is a firm believer that if given the right opportunity, people can use their skills for good. So obviously he's going to try and make him see that, basically.
No,
Also remember, you know...
what I mean is this particular crime. It was scammed, and the only major downside to this was he's convinced to what it could easily be a fool's errand, but otherwise he hasn't done anything that malicious. So.
Yeah, it's like I said when I joked. It's like when Evan said something so devious, I'm like, not the most devious thing that's happened.
Also remember the kind of environment Goldpaw was not too long ago.
Oh God, yeah.
It's one of those things
the
like
whole place is pretty scummy. So
considering helping out Inafune, and the way that Evan himself is also very much like that when it comes to giving people second chances in this game. I get the feeling Evan's character is personified after Hino himself, because even the hairdo is very similar, kind of in a lot of ways. I get the feeling. This is basically projecting like how he sees the world in a lot of ways. Like he likes being an optimist. He likes to try to see the good in people. That's the vibe I get.
Wouldn't surprise me. A lot of game developers sometimes like to portray that. Let us not forget that Mario is based off of a lot of Miyamoto's childhood things and how he viewed the world.
Pedro.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lips?
Since the first game had references to Welsh comedians
Sure.
in a way. I wonder what else does this game do? Does it have references to like Welsh music or something?
No. When it comes to the Welsh references, they're a bit more subdued, like the chapter 8 being called the land of my fathers.
It seems like this game doesn't have as much a focus on the fairies as the first game did.
I wanted to see what this game's interpretation of the stereophonics would have been like.
Stereophonics?
They're a Welsh rock band.
Oh, there you go. We found them.
Well, how about this, Dwibs? I'm gonna try my best not to spoil anything for you, but can look at the you know the Welsh flag?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what's in it, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say you can kind of argue there's some representation of the Welsh flag, but that's all I'll say to you for now.
Yeah, I thought for a second there, I thought you were going to say there's Tom Jones in here or something.
well, the name of the place is kind of.
Look at you,
Yes, Java?
Look at you, Dwibs, being British ambassador to Wales. I mean, wow.
Because Wales is in Britain.
Also, to the comparison we were making before, Pedro, I get it, but at the same time, we work on a different tangent. Taro establishes a setting and then makes tragedy strike. Hino uses a past tragedy to the setup of a character and then sets up a redeeming factor to it.
Sure, go ahead, Shiri.
Yep, get a load of these. Get a load of these. No.
Yes.
Not a crafty got to be seen anywhere. The real McCoy.
The real McCoy? What are you, a star? So Tani is a Trekkie.
Damn it, Jim. I'm a king, not a plumber.
It really does say something that the best thing about the Star Trek and X-Men crossover was when they made the obvious McCoy joke.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Speaking of...
Maybe it was a stroke of true fortune. Perhaps my peas have some power after all. Or perhaps our fates are intertwined. I know. I'll
you're gonna
name
join
a
our kingdom,
band.
right?
No, I'm going to name a band after peas. I hope you will not consider this too forward of me, but I have come to a decision. I quit. My future lies with you. I wish to join you in your kingdom.
Look at me, I'm a wizard. I predicted exactly what you were gonna say. And not at all. We'd be very happy to have you.
From behind.
Alright,
From behind.
so Bow Wow has the nose for a nose...
Oh my God, Bao.
Sorry.
By the way, I like that song.
Evan, you're
behind
sending a
I gotta say,
child
Pedro,
into the
from-
minds of your kingdom.
Pedro, from behind, his fist pumping animation looked like he was doing the chicken dance.
Well, remember, Taylor, you're forgetting that our leader of the mining camps is Tani, who is herself a child. So...
The implications are starting to arise.
Alright, so what to do next? Let's see.
I
Assimilate
guess it wouldn't be quite the same considering the king of the entire kingdom is also a child.
Alright, Lofty, let's see.
Not to mention, Teo, I wasn't able to read it because everybody was talking, but his ability when it comes to the mining camps is not based on digging, is based on identifying how valuable a material is. So he will not actually be doing any actual labor. He will actually be doing the... Okay, you remember Doc from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Determining the quality of metal and gems.
He's going to be the Doc of our kingdom, basically.
I mean, Doc also did do some digging, but yeah, he was the one with the spyglass.
Maybe if the king was an adult, it would be more questionable, but...
Yeah.
Don't worry,
One of the things, while it is true that they're all paired up in the same facility, if you actually check their character bios, you'll notice that every single person has a different skill, and the text even describes what the specific skill is. There's not there's not one person, there's not two people that have the exact same skill. So basically, each citizen is easily identifiable, not just by the characteristics and story, but even by what they actually do in the kingdom itself.
Alright, so I guess the next person we talk about is here.
It all furthers out to why I think this is the most fleshed out world Level 5 has ever created. But anyway...
Well, like I said, it helps because each NPC is important.
Oh, here we go, Jova! That's you, Jova!
Oh.
You're gonna love this guy, I assure you. Basically, Jova, he's mute, he can't talk.
Oh.
Are you alright?
I'll just say this, you guys are gonna like this guy.
He's Black Bolt.
It's no good. I can't make out a word he's saying.
It's no use.
Wait, you are Nereus, are you not? The musician?
Oh.
Lovely.
There you go, Jova. We found our musician, and we need one for the Symphonium, so...
A musician? Really?
Oh yes, Nereus is one of the most celebrated singers in all Hydropolis. His works have brought solace to the hearts of thousands over the years. Go ahead, Jova.
Again, I love how the song there always sounds like it's starting up the good, the bad, and the ugly with the...
Yeah, very Morricone-ish. Like
Maybe Joe's a fan? Anyway,
possible.
Alas, but he was not producing any new music for a long while. In fact, he stopped abruptly.
My voice...
A sea creature of which a witch stole the voice of.
Of a merman,
Witch.
yes.
Did you say witch?
Wow.
Nereus, do you mean to say, did a witch steal your voice and prevent you from singing? Just like in The Little Mermaid? Is that what happened? Stealing the voice of one who lives to sing is an act of unspeakable cruelty. Whoever's responsible must be made to pay. Well, Jova, I'm guessing you agree with Leonor on this one?
Gee, it's almost as bad as forcing people to never fall in love. Bazing!
Not just that. Well, that was the queen who declared it, not Leander. But anyway.
Yeah. But we all know that Leander sucks the queen's dick.
Jova.
Yeah.
We're just going to ignore you said that. But anyway, moving on.
Let's just move on.
Yes. We're moving on, Shiroi. We're moving on.
Yes. Where to find this witch, please?
Maybe that's the true secret behind the queen.
Campaneus Crypt.
I'm gonna need you to stop talking.
Please.
Look, anyone who's gone to Steam already knows about that stuff.
Jova, do you play Hunipub?
Anyway, the point
Sure.
is, it's on the witch is on Campaneo's crypt.
They actually have those in PUBG.
So, is the solution just talking to this witch and find an
I've
antidote, or
never
just
played
beat the
PUBG.
shit out of her?
Well, it wouldn't be much of a mini dungeon if it didn't have a boss. So obviously, we're gonna beat the shit out of her.
Fine by me.
He has
Well,
the he has the
she
oh,
sounds
look at
like-
that Jova. He has the perfect pitch skill. Perfect pitch.
Oh yeah. What does it do?
It allows him to basically he's an overall highly skilled in everything involving music.
Okay. Right. So gameplay wise, that's what it does.
So obviously he's gonna be in charge of the Symphonium. All right, to the crypt then. But yeah, like I was saying, yeah. So yes, I also read The Little Mermaid. Yeah.
Sadly, the original tale is not that charming.
I mean, that's a thing with Hans Christian Andersen.
There's no such thing as a there's no such thing as a Hans Christian Andersen story that is charming.
Well,
There's-
maybe the Ugly Duckling. Technically, the Ugly Duckling, I guess.
I don't know, Tail. There's a bit too much emotional abuse for being charming.
I don't know.
At the
The
same time, it
ending
could
is
raise a
happy.
good message towards respecting diversity and possible disabilities.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
It can be interpreted that way.
Sure.
And there is actually a happy ending. God forbid.
Yeah. Well, but in general, Anderson had a terrible life and he chronically suffered from depression, so I'm
Although-
not surprised.
As some people have pointed out, one issue with his writing is like, well, his protagonists aren't really what you would call the traditional sort of protagonists. And like, well, the titular protagonists in the stories tend to be the people who don't get a lot done. Like the Little Mermaid, she's kind of not really the hero of her own story, and well, the movie adapts as such.
Well, remember,
Thumbelina,
Jova.
oh
He's a
boy,
bit of a ditz, actually.
Well, remember, Jova. See, the thing about Hans Christian Andersen is that
I know he had a terrible life.
every single protagonist of his stories was always a reflection of himself, because he was always wanting to sing, but he was never allowed to because he was either too tall and freakishly tall, like for example, or his singing wasn't as on par as people would want. So basically, he could never actually do whatever he wanted to do. So basically, the misery that his protagonists suffer in these stories are reflective of his own life. So basically,
So, wait. So then, how does Thumbelina tie into this? Because Thumbelina's woes are that she's incredibly short.
well, okay. I haven't read the original fairy tale in a while. How does it end?
Essentially, Thumbelina is, of course, about the girl who is
Yeah, I know
just
that.
tiny for reasons.
I
and
only
basically-
saw the Don Bluth movie.
Oh, okay.
Ah, yes.
The Don Bluth movie is not.
Bluth
Well,
movie.
it's the thing. Sorry, Teo. The Don Bluth movie was very a Disney-fied take on it, so I'm not sure if I'm going to trust it.
Okay. I forget. Was that one of the movies that Don Bluth admitted also there was studio executive manhandling also?
Fox was behind it, so it doesn't surprise me.
Practically
Yeah,
all of them
basically,
were.
Thumbelina
according-
had Jodie Benson as the titular protagonist, which, seemed like a great thing since it was a musical.
That still is an excuse. Troll in Central Park, though. Because Troll in
Yeah.
Central Park, no matter how much studio million there was, I still think you could have at the very least had something a little better than
Oh,
that.
there
But
we
anyway,
go.
yeah.
Oh,
We found-
he's actually apologized for Troll in Central Park.
well,
At the very least.
at the very least, yeah.
The only sad thing to me is that because of all of this, Titan A became very mediocre when it could have been so great, considering everything.
All right, Joe. I need you to put up your best.
Ursula voice.
Not Ursula, because this witch is elegant in design. So like a kind of like
See the design and
like
decide.
like an evil siren type of voice, I guess you could say.
I guess I could go for my Okaye voice.
Sure, go ahead and try that. Why not?
Maybe with a bit more elegance. I guess.
How about this? Look at.
Hey,
How about this?
Yeah,
Look at.
just see the design and see for yourself.
Yes, Shuri?
Yeah, sure.
I was gonna say, do you remember Adagio, Jova?
The character or the slowdown?
The character.
Oh, hello.
Go ahead,
Because I've
Jova.
seen a lot of things with Adagio in it.
Equestria Girls.
Oh, I think I do.
Also a siren.
In case you
I
need
can't
to,
remember that voice.
Who are you? How dare you interrupt my special time with my beloved? Never mind who we are. Are you the witch who stole Nereus's voice?
Because you need to know Scintilla means a spark.
I certainly am, but it is mine now. Mine and mine alone. I cannot be without the dolce tones of my beloved.
Excuse me.
But excuse me, princess, it's not yours. It belongs to Nereus, and you have to give it back to him. He lives to sing, but he's not able to so long as you have his voice.
You call him your beloved, but if you truly loved him, you would restore to him what is rightfully his.
Wait, she considers Nereus her beloved?
No. Don't worry. We're gonna hear the full story behind it later. Hold on.
Fools! What reason have I to give it back? I wanted my beloved's beautiful voice all to myself, and now I have it!
There you go. That pretty much probably hits you at what exactly
Okay,
happened.
she's cuckoo in the Cocoa Puff's head. It is all that I love in the world. I will not part with it for anything, except perhaps your lives. Well, we're certainly not going to agree to that. Very
Well,
well.
off with your
Then
head.
your only hope of helping him is to dispose of me altogether. My curse and my soul are intertwined, you see. I'm going to tell you that you need to kill me in order to solve it. Why am I doing that?
And as you can see, Teo, she's surrounded by darkness, so she's one of those.
But it is not going to happen, of course. What is going to happen is I shall steal your voices also.
So,
Michael
I
Action.
forget-
So the game is and remember, we established that these are monsters who got corrupted by darkness, and this darkness will also come into the main plot eventually when we get to it. But yeah, they're also implying that maybe this monster was originally a kind of a good person, but
and the darkness literally flanderized her.
Wait. What suggests he was ever a good person?
because remember, Joey, we established earlier that this this darkness corrupts the monsters.
Yeah, so
Well, that was.
I guess, but I
that's
mean,
because
for
I'm
all we-
over-leveled, Dwibs.
I guess, but for all we know, she could have been an evil dick, and the darkness
It
only made
could.
her more.
Oh,
of
it
an
could.
evil.
It could, Joe. But again, well, you can just decide for yourself. But go ahead.
It is leaving me. All is leaving me. My body, his voice. Why did I tell you you needed to kill me to solve the curse? Why didn't I just send you on a wild goose chase? It is free once more. The darkness has lifted. Oh no, you've got to be kidding me.
Don't worry, Joe. It's not that kind of
The
darkness.
sun shines again. Sing, Nereus. Sing.
Oh boy, she's
Better
gone.
not even-
She's
better
gone
not even
delirious.
try. Better
She's
not even
crying
try
she
to hide.
wasn't already. Wow,
And
that
she's dead.
was... Huh. You know, I think she might have really loved him.
In her own
I think-
psychopathic
I-
way.
I say that after we just murdered her, of course.
Come, Evan. We must return to Nereus and see if the witch's curse truly has been lifted.
Again, why did she tell us we need to kill her to do it?
She's overconfident in her power.
It's typical of villains to be overconfident in their.
Overconfident in her power. We rugby scrubbed her to death.
Well, Dwibs,
I
here's the
know, right?
well, Dwibs. That's because I'm grinded and I'm overleveled.
I guess.
You've never, come on, Dwibs. You've never had. You never. I'm pretty sure you've had times where you play the Pokemon game and you wipe the floor with a gym leader.
Okay,
But
great.
even then,
Not to
even
mention,
then, sometimes they-
Leaves. It's a logic with all those bug catchers which challenge you with a metapod all the time.
Yeah.
but
And they
even
think
then
they can
they'll
beat you.
throw- But even then, they'll throw in another curveball by mixing up their moves and what Pokemon they use.
Not the bug catchers. Anyway,
King Evan, Arch and Leander, thank you. The witch's curse has been lifted. My voice has returned. I don't think even he saw her as his beloved.
Well, let's see.
well,
That's
maybe-
wonderful
well,
news, Nereus.
So yeah, Nereus can sing now.
The depth of gratitude I feel is truly beyond description. I had thought I would never sing again.
I'm saying, what passed between you and the witch, Nereus? What would lead her to curse you in such a manner?
She's flipping crazy.
Well, aside from that.
I visited that accursed cave many years ago, and there I met a beautiful young sorceress disguised. Though I knew she was not human, she seemed enchanted by my songs, and so I sang with all my heart. Though our time together has been pleasant, I could not stay forever. But when I announced I must return to Hydropolis, she flew into an
There you
uncontrollable
go.
rage.
She's an overly possessive girlfriend.
Well, it probably didn't help that at the time there was the whole rules about no procreating.
Yeah.
She told me that if I wanted to leave, I would have to do so without my voice. Oh my god, it is the Little Mermaid. My only other choice was to live with her for the rest of my life. And the witch was true to her word. Her curse descended upon me like a dark fog as soon as I left the cave. My voice was gone. She had stolen it. But something puzzled me. Why had she not killed me? I returned there to try and gather the courage to ask, but at the sound of her wailing, I fled again. I hate you. Never darken my door again.
Psycho.
And so I hid myself away from the company of men. My grief at the loss of my voice, my soul, was all consuming.
Damn.
Wow, a hero doesn't make
Wow.
a sympathetic backstory.
Hilarious, that's terrible.
Well, all the more good that we rid the world of her then.
Well, yeah.
What?
So that is why you disappeared so suddenly.
It is, but when I heard of the changes that were afoot in Hydropolis, about time almost seemed to have begun moving again, I was overcome with curiosity and had to come and see it for myself.
Which explains why he wasn't here the last time we were here. So there
That's
you
a
go.
nice touch. And now I owe you everything. Truly, you have given me back my life. If there is anything I can do to return your kindness, please. You need only say the
Well,
word.
we
Can
need
we borrow
some.
your voice?
Well, it would be wonderful if you'd consider coming to live in Evermore. That's my kingdom here. Here's the pamphlet. See the
Yeah,
documents
I was about to say, Evan has like a calling
No,
card if you just
please,
flips over. There you go.
I shall join you and sing your praises from dusk till dawn. Of
why
course,
does the
I can
pamphlet
sing
say-
of other things too if you would prefer. Now that my voice has returned, nothing is beyond me.
Your Highness, why does it say Ding Dong Dell?
Oh, that's a typo. We still have to correct
It's
that.
the old model.
It's outdated.
Yes.
So yeah, we got news. He has the perfect pitch skill.
Okay,
We
that was
haven't found somebody who can organize the
okay.
paperwork
That
yet.
was a very interesting side quest. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
Mhm. Not just again. It's just again. It's not even just a matter of the stories itself. Again, I just love how practically every citizen in this game has something interesting to tell. Like
Some more than others, but yeah, they all definitely do have interesting stories to tell, including with the level. That reminds me, do you get side quests upon leveling them up?
not upon leveling them up, Jovo. Instead, they have their own side quests within the kingdom, as I've demonstrated in the previous part.
Oh, I get that. What I was wondering is like, well, do those side quests become available after leveling them up? You know, like, progression.
Oh,
and all
that.
stuff?
It depends. Actually, it's interesting you say that, Joa, because it depends on certain circumstances. Remember, you asked a question about Philippo's side quest involving Moggy May in the previous part. Well, in between parts, I looked it up. Turns out that Philippo's side quest only shows up if you recruit both of them.
Yeah, it makes sense. That was thinking
Good.
of something on the line.
Good news, Your Highness. We have completed our research into ranged weapons development. The Death Star should be ready in 2 years.
Very excellent.
You may fire when ready.
Alright, so
yeah, I
Bow
know.
Wow will...
Your Highness, since when did you order a Death Star?
Oh, I didn't. But my business associate, Roland, did. He said it would come in handy.
Don't you see, Dweebs? According to the prequels, it was something that the Empire stole all along.
Anyways,
Yeah, it was from a bunch of. It was from the
From
alien.
a tree insect, yes.
Anyway,
Anyway.
but yeah, that's actually a nice touch. It reminds me of stuff like Mega Man X, where you know how you do stuff in a certain order can actually affect stuff, whether or not
Alright,
it's there.
fair.
Especially in the late game.
Let's check out the bios of our new citizens. Bow Wow.
Oh wow!
As a child growing up in the down-level part of Goldpaw, he discovered he had a talent for finding precious stones, which explains why he's a good one in the mining camps, which he could then hawk to tourists. He's shy by nature and tends to hide beneath his ludicrous headgear. There you go, it's a headgear.
It actually looked like his head for a bit.
Nereus, a wandering minstrel and gifted songsmith who can play pretty much anything with strings. His penchant for romantic balladry and rich, honeyed tones, meant he was kept under almost constant surveillance back when love was banned in Hydropolis.
Oh, snap!
So many Casanovas in Hydropolis.
Which means it must have really have sucked for them.
Yeah.
Well, except for the one guy who doesn't want all the attention.
So do you have the space and the technology enough to build your new building for these new pairs?
You mean the
Sorry.
Sinfonia? We've already built the Sinfonia. It's just that we didn't have anyone to run it.
I forgot about that.
There it is.
Sorry.
Now, let's see. What else is in my schedule?
There you go.
Yes.
The perfect. It has to
looks
be
like
someone with the perfect pitch skill, which gladly we have.
Let's see. What else is in my schedule?
There's only one person, huh?
Let's see. Oh, next in the schedule. Make a circus so that the dip crap little Nemo won't cause trouble.
Basically, Theo, sometimes there are these facilities that do only require one personnel, and it's a very specific facility that has a very specific function. In this case, a sound test.
All right.
So let's check. However, you have to collect the various songbooks, which can be found all over the world through side quests, treasure chests, and other stuff. So
I've
basically,
always dreamed of having my own stage upon which to perform, and now my dream has finally come true.
and now I will
am beside myself
perform
with
Joe
joy.
Izaishi's score for Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom.
Whatever your mood, I have a song for you. Simply request that music you wish to hear, and I shall do the rest. I
Just
can
don't
play
play
multiple
at night,
instruments.
Otto. I'm trying to sleep.
Now, my repertoire may be somewhat limited at first, but every time you find a songbook on your travels, make sure to bring it to me, and I will master the composition as soon as possible.
It's like in
I look
Shovel
forward
Knight.
to more. Yeah, where Jake Kaufman himself shows up as the bard.
And you give him
So,
the actual songbook,
so this is Joe Izaishi as a merman.
I thought, Joe, I thought
Maybe.
you were going to say Jake Kaufman was a boss.
All right.
Although,
So
is it Joe Hisashi?
what song are we going to listen to?
Well, let's see.
The main theme. We have the high C. Yeah, the main theme. Why not?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jova,
We have
I
the high
can see it now.
C's.
Jake Kaufman as the boss with
City
Manami
of
Matsune
Hunger.
as his sidekick or something.
Treacherous
That would be
Valley.
awesome.
The Forest of Mysteries, and the Deep Sea Cave.
Wow, he's a very skilled guy to, on his own, play multiple instruments.
Yeah, I can imagine now.
The Kingmaker stream is one of my
Guest
one of my
composer Yoko Shimomura, apparently.
one of my personal favorites. This one, and we also have the Curious Boy, of course.
I thought his bio said he could only play instruments with strings.
No, he's particularly good at. It never mentioned that he can only play with strings. That's his specialty, not necessarily his only skill.
He can also replicate the sound of drums with his guitar.
Whatever.
That's how that works.
It's a one-man band.
The basic gist of it, Dwebs, it's just an excuse to have a sound test, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All right.
all right, everybody. In the next part, we're going back to Hydropolis to do more side quests. So see you
See ya.
then.
So yeah.
Yeah.